Well, hello everyone, and welcome to this video in which I am going to talk to you about SMART goals, S-M-A-R-T. This is what we call an acronym, where every letter stands for a word. But one of the first big lessons that's so important to you in this course, whether your goal is to transfer to a four-year school or to go into the workforce, is setting SMART goals. This is something I got to be honest with you that I think about on a daily basis. I'm always thinking about goals that I want to set for myself, for my students, all those kinds of things. So I really hope you're going to find this unit valuable. I think it's one of the best units that we've got in this course. So let's keep let's do it. So I want you to think for a second, when is a time when you previously set a goal and achieved a goal? All right. I want you to just, if you could write that down now or think about it, when did when were you successful with achieving a goal, right? And then I want you to think about, when did you set a goal and not achieve it? And why were you not successful? Okay. Think about that. And so, over the years, there are some goals I'll tell you that I have achieved in my life. But, recently, as I've been thinking about this lesson, I've been thinking about, well, when in my life did I not achieve a goal? And, what could I have possibly done to achieve that goal instead? What other steps could I have taken, right? And the issue was there were two issues. First, I just sort of set a goal without really putting a lot of thought into it. And then I didn't make it a SMART goal. So what we're going to focus on in this unit, first of all, is what's referred to as the cycle of goal setting. It's not just like you can't just say, well, my goal tonight is to read 300 pages. Boom, I'm done. That isn't going to lead us to such a successful goal, especially if you read slowly like I do. I'm a slow reader. So I have a friend who are any of you slow readers, can y'all, and by slow reader I mean like it takes me, I need time to like absorb what I'm reading and whatever. My very best friend, she could read 300 pages in one night and she would absorb it and everything. I can't read that quickly. So so see, here I am, I'm assessing myself, right? But anyway, with when we're thinking about setting a goal, there are three things that we need to do. And the first step is called self-assessment, right? That's when we just really have a great conversation with ourselves, right? And we really think about what's important to us, what do we need to achieve, and how do we think we could go about it. Then we sort of, after we've done all that assessing, well, then we explore everything that we've come up with, and then we set goals that we're going to achieve. Okay. Well, y'all, this framework, I want you to memorize this framework. It's so important. If you start setting SMART goals now, if you make it a habit, then I cannot begin to tell you what a big impact it's going to have on your life. Okay. So let's look at what the SMART framework is. Well, the S in SMART stands for specific, right? We don't want to just set a goal like, oh, well, my goal this semester is I want to get in shape, right? That's just not specific. That could mean so many different things, right? Do you want to lose certain weight? Do you want to develop a health routine? Do you want to start eating better? What do you want to do? We need to make it specific. The next one is super important too. So many goals fail because they are not measurable, right? Like when I say my goal this semester is to get in shape. Well, what does that mean? What number am I going to, like, how am I gonna know that I have achieved my goal, right? Is it that I am exercising for 45 minutes 3 times a week? from now, whatever? Is it that I'm losing 5 pounds by Christmas? What is it? So we have to find ways to make our goals measurable so that then we can really celebrate and go to Golden Corral once we once we achieve them. I love Golden Corral, so you'll hear a lot of Golden Corral in this message. Okay. Uh Attainable. Okay, attainable. This is big. Sometimes this is one that oops, let me go back for a second. Sorry about that, y'all. Who's calling me while I'm making a video for my class? I'm so sorry. Um, Attainable. Like when I was telling you about if I set a goal to read 300 pages tonight, it's not going to happen. That is not attainable for me, right? I need to maybe set a much smaller goal because when I read, I take notes and I highlight and I think about it and whatever. So I need to make sure that it's attainable. And that's where we just have to really ask ourselves some tough questions like, realistically, what's going on in my life? How much am I working? How many classes am I taking? What are my responsibilities like with my family or with my children or with my parents or grandparents or whoever, whatever relatives I'm helping? What are my responsibilities? What can I realistically achieve? That's what we mean by attainable. Now, relevant, y'all, this one, it may feel like the throwaway one, but it's so important. Like if a goal is not relevant to us, we're gonna drop it. We're gonna drop it, like it has to be relevant to what we are passionate about and to our priorities in life. At one stage in life, we might have set a certain goal, but now, our priorities may have changed and we need to set a goal that's more relevant to us. Okay. And then this last one. Oh my gosh. I think the M and the T kind of work together on this time bound. All right. With the M, with measurable, we're asking ourselves, how are we going to be able to measure that we've achieved this goal? But then time bound, we need to give ourselves a ticking clock. We need to give ourselves a time deadline, right? Um, all of these ingredients, y'all, all of these ingredients are going to help us create much, much, much smarter goals. All right. Now, this week in ACA 122, you are going to be creating an academic goal, a professional goal, and a personal goal that you feel you can achieve this semester. Okay. And I'll be working with you on these goals and and now, our class ends in October, but these can be goals that you set for yourself, after our class is over. Just keep me posted on how you're doing. But for example, an academic goal is I will make flashcards to learn the new terminology in every unit from my biology course. I will review these flashcards for 30 minutes each evening, Monday through Thursday until the end of the course. I think this is a great one. Oh my God, y'all. I did so poorly in biology in college. This slide is like giving me PTSD. I'm so sorry. I took biology at Carolina my first semester. I'd come from a really small high school. I went into my biology class. I had 400 students, and I was like, OMG, where am I? Right. But I look back on that course. I think I got a C minus in it. I and that's why you don't have me as your biology instructor here at Nash. All right. So, but I never made flashcards. I didn't, I was just trying to, I don't know. I just did not have great habits at that time. At Carolina, at Chapel Hill, we didn't have a class like ACA 122. I cannot tell you how much I wish that I'd had this course looking back on it. But making flashcards is a great tangible, I mean, it's SMART, isn't it? In every new unit in biology, you're going to make flashcards. Then you're going to review them for 30 minutes each evening, right? Such a great SMART goal, if I do say so myself. Now, let's go back to this other one, a professional goal. Now, this one, I really would encourage y'all. Normally, I would say don't copy these goals, but I think this goal is so wonderful. I will schedule an appointment to discuss my resume with career services here at Nash, and I will have a new, revised, updated resume by December 1st. I think that would be such a great goal. If y'all could achieve that, that would be wonderful. Because, resumes, uh, particularly with the impact of AI right now, resumes are just sort of taking all new shapes and formats, and they should be much tighter and much more to the point and succinct. So I think that would be an example of a great professional goal. Academics relates to our classes. Professional goal relates to something that could benefit you professionally down the line. Okay. And y'all, this one, because this is a goal I'm constantly trying to do better with. I will join a gym and get into the routine of going 3 times a week by December 1st. Now, I've taken care of half of this goal personally. I've joined Planet Fitness, which I love. Is that my Planet Fitness? Oh, no, no, no. My Planet Fitness doesn't have a second floor. That's a fancy Planet Fitness. um, but but maybe you want to, go 3 times a week. I mean, 3 times a week is tough for me, but I'm working on it. I'm working on it. So if any of you are have good gym routines or are really have good motivation for me, please share. I'll motivate you if you motivate me. What do you think? But that's an example of a personal goal, something that we uh something that we want to achieve for ourselves personally. Y'all, one of my students last fall asked me if her personal goal could be to stop swearing so much. And I thought about it and I was like, well, let's make it a little bit more measurable and time bound. And so she was like, well, by Christmas, I want to be down to 150 curse words a week. Y'all, think about it for a second. So, I was like, well, all right, let's do it. And y'all, she achieved the goal. I was so proud of her. She definitely, she was definitely living her best life with her 150 curse words a week, but you know what? A goal is a goal. So, do it. So y'all, now it's your turn. I want you to start thinking about, I love that goal. I hope y'all got a little laugh out of that one. But aren't you proud of her? I was so proud of her. Um, I want you to now start thinking about your goals. Again, you're going to come up with an academic goal that's really SMART, right? Really relevant to you. A professional goal. Is it something like in your goals, y'all? We're not talking about, so many times students have these massive goals, like I'm going to get, hundreds and hundreds of dollars promotion in 2 months, and like if that can happen, great. But I want this to be something that you can achieve by the end of like 2024, by the end of December. Okay. So a professional goal, I want to, whether it's start getting up earlier or do something extra at work or, something like that. And then a personal goal. Okay. So the first thing I want you to do as we're thinking ahead um, to your SMART goal activity this week, I just want you to brainstorm, get everything out of your head, make a list of everything that's important in your life right now, and make a list of goals that you'd like to achieve by the end of the semester. Now, y'all, it is late August. December is not that far away. So we really want to make this attainable. All right. You want to make things attainable by December. Okay. And then I want you to organize those goals, okay? You're going to divide them into 3 categories. Get all of you. Now, I think I told you I was like Monica and Friends. So I love this part. You get your academic goals in one place. You get your professional goals in one place. And then you get your personal goals in one place, okay? And, then you go through and you make some changes. You kind of revise them. You prioritize them. You look at your calendar, look at your life, think about what you have time to achieve, what you have time to do between now and December, and then select your 3 goals: an academic goal, a professional goal, and a personal goal. All right. And then you're going to make a plan. You're going to figure out what 3 things do I need to do in my life to achieve each goal. And I want you to anticipate obstacles, right? Always, oh my God, there's always going to be an obstacle towards, there's always going to be other priorities, other people. Um, you can imagine what my student who wanted to bring her swearing down to 150 curse words a week. You can imagine what her obstacles might be, right? They were definitely some big ones. Um, and so this all, though, is going into your assignment this week. You're going to identify your three goals. You're going to tell me the 3 steps you're going to take to make these goals happen. And you're going to anticipate your obstacles for each goal. All right. Well, everybody, that is our lesson on SMART goals. You all are such great students. I can already tell already. I really want you to take a lot of good time with this assignment. Choose 3 really terrific goals and let's make this happen. If you start a habit of achieving small, smart goals, right? You're going to develop all this. You're going to develop all this goal stamina, I call it. And then the goals that you achieve are just going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. All right. All right, everybody, have a great day. And thanks for listening to this presentation.